Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Jaquan,
I'm Jasmine.
and welcome to the Film Spill.
So, today, guys, we're going to be reviewing the movie Space Jam A New Legacy. This is a family film, and here is the summary. Superstar LeBron James and his young son Dom get trapped in digital space by a rogue AI. To get home safely, LeBron teams up with Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and the rest of the Looney Tunes gang for a high stakes basketball game against the AI's digitized champions of the court, a powered up roster called the Goon Squad.
Yeah. So I was really back and forth with this film. I was back and forth as far as with the rating. I didn't know if I was gonna give it a 2.5 or 3, but I feel like I'm gonna just stick with that 2.5 range. I enjoyed the movie, but of course I'm a sucker for the original, so I don't think it holds a candle to the original. But I think that it did its own in its own right. I feel like it did its own thing. Let's get into my pros and my cons. So one of my first pros was, of course, just being a LeBron fan. Seeing LeBron in a film was really dope to me. And I feel like they've been kind of teasing this movie throughout the years. Being a basketball fan, I feel like they always kind of brought up, oh, LeBron James is gonna be in the Space Jam film, but they never actually, put it together. So just to see it come together was really dope. I really like how they poked fun with LeBron James for trying to pick a stacked team. It's something that he always get called out for in the real NBA. So I thought that was really dope. Them adding that into the film. I love the idea when LeBron went to the different worlds trying to recruit his team. He literally went to like the different IPs owned by Warner Brothers. So like one of the planets or the world was like Harry Potter, or one of them was Game of Thrones. I thought that was really dope. I like how they incorporated technology with the main plot. Once again, just being very different. Our world is really controlled with technology and stuff. So just kind of seeing them add that in there, with Wi-Fi and everything was really dope. I really like seeing all the characters owned by Warner Brothers come to the game when it was playing. So immediately whenever the game started, you seen King Kong, and it was like Scooby-Doo and a mystery van. It was just a bunch of characters. I thought that was really dope to see. I know we all enjoyed that part. I like seeing how the villains this time was actually current NBA players. So if you're familiar with the first one, the villains was actually the Monstars, and they actually took the powers of the NBA players. But seeing LeBron James actually play against, even though there was monsters, I think it was called the Goon. It was the Goon Squad. The Goon Squad. They actually were really just NBA players. So you had AD, you had Dame Lillard, you had Klay Thompson, and some WNBA players as well. But I thought that was really dope seeing them. And I love how the Toon Squad actually turned into the 3D versions of themselves, because we're used to just seeing them as 2D characters. So I think that was really cool. And also my last pro would be when they was like, man, we need to get Michael Jordan, and they ended up bringing in Michael B. Jordan. I thought that was really funny. Seeing that part was really dope. All right, so my cons, just like always, a lot of people stated this. I agree. I don't think LeBron James did have some of the greatest acting. Do not think it was that good. It was okay, but yeah, it wasn't as good as Michael Jordan. I don't think you can just tell like he was kind of like a fish out of water. I wish he would have. My next con was I felt like he should have used his real sons, or at least his real, like some part of his real family. He didn't use them at all, and I feel like in the first original, I think Michael Jordan actually used one of his real sons. So I
Maybe
felt
they
like,
didn't make the cut. They have to try out for parts.
yeah, but I mean, yo, he's LeBron James. They could have easily said, "Hey, we're gonna wait until my son is prepared to do this part." But, or even if he, like I said, somebody else from his family could have showed up. I don't like how they didn't show that part. Once again, I don't think the story itself wasn't the best written. And I really wish they would have added MJ in there somehow, just to kind of pay homage. Even if it was just, him just giving him some advice or something, because he experiences, like, they was kind of treating this, even in the original film, it's like, oh yeah, we're in this cartoon world. Let's just, just a regular day. I would be freaking out if you're in the, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? This is crazy. So I feel like he could have been there to kind of give him, like, some context or something. I think the movie would have been better. And I don't like how they did with Lola Bunny. That was kind of like a big thing throughout the film, as far as like, she's kind of more sexualized from the first film that we saw her, as far as like her shape and how she is with Bugs. But this time I think they took away her shape. They just made her into like this, and I feel like they did it because they didn't want people to feel a type of way, but it's like, this is how the character is created. Don't take away her actual looks. And I think Zendaya played Lola Bunny too, so I think she was like, oh, I think it was fine, but most everybody was like, no, bring back the original. And the last con I would say is, I just didn't like how he wasn't able to recruit anybody. It was just, once again, him with the Toon Squad. They could have switched it up and kind of add some different players, especially him going to all those different worlds. Nobody, literally, he got no one. So Yeah, other than that, those are my cons.
Okay, guys, I give this movie a 2 out of 5. Pretty much most of what he said is how I feel. Besides the part about LeBron's acting, a lot of people said it was horrible. It was fine to me, but I'm not a hard critic when it comes to acting, I feel like. But I didn't think his acting was horrible. I liked when he was falling and you can see the different worlds and we were trying to figure out what they were. It was funny, like he said, when he wanted to assemble an elite team to get his son back and he wanted Superman and King Kong and the Iron Giant and stuff like that. That was cool. And then I liked the basketball game at the end, like he said, where the animated characters became like live action characters, 3D, and then seeing all the people in the stands, basically in the background, like he said. So, yeah, it was a cool movie, but those were the only parts that I really liked, and the rest of the movie I didn't care about. So I gave it a 2.
Just like always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. You guys have a good one.